the largest ship ever built, a floating palace of luxury and power. But on its very first voyage, it vanished beneath the icy waters of the Atlantic, becoming one of the deadliest maritime disasters in history. This is the full story of the RMS Titanic. At the beginning of the 20th century, competition between shipping companies was intense. The British company White Star Line wanted to build the most luxurious ocean liners ever seen. Construction of Titanic began in 1909 at the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast, Ireland. When completed in 1912, Titanic was nearly 269 meters long, over 46,000 tons. Equipped with advanced safety features, including watertight compartments, it had a grand staircase, a swimming pool, and Turkish baths, first-class dining rooms that rivaled the finest hotels in Europe. The ship was a symbol of human engineering and confidence in modern technology. Many believed it was practically unsinkable. On April 10, 1912, Titanic departed from Southampton, England, heading for New York City. On board were over 2,200 passengers and crew, including wealthy elites, immigrants seeking new lives in America, and hard-working crew members. The captain was Edward Smith, a highly experienced sailor nearing retirement. After stops in France and Ireland, Titanic headed into the open Atlantic for days into the journey. On the night of April 14, 1912, the sea was calm, the sky was clear, but warnings had been received about icebergs ahead. At 11:40 p.m., lookouts spotted an iceberg directly in the ship's path. Despite efforts to turn, Titanic struck the iceberg. The collision ripped open several compartments below the waterline. The ship that was believed to be unsinkable was fatally wounded. At first, many passengers didn't realize the seriousness of the situation. Lifeboats were prepared, but there weren't enough for everyone. Titanic carried only 20 lifeboats, enough for about half the people on board. Women and children first became the rule as lifeboats were lowered into the freezing Atlantic. As water flooded the lower decks, panic spread. Musicians reportedly continued playing to calm passengers. By 2:20 a.m. on April 15, 1912, Titanic broke apart and sank, just over 2.5 hours after hitting the iceberg. More than 1,500 people lost their lives in the icy waters. Only about 700 survived. The nearby ship RMS Carpathia rescued the survivors hours later. The disaster shocked the world. Investigations in both the United States and Britain revealed serious failures. Not enough lifeboats, ignored iceberg warnings, lack of binoculars for lookouts, and high speed in icy waters. As a result, major maritime safety reforms were introduced, including the creation of SOLAs, requiring enough lifeboats for all passengers. The Titanic tragedy changed sea travel forever. For over 70 years, Titanic's resting place remained a mystery. In 1985, an expedition led by Robert Ballard discovered the wreck, nearly 12,500 feet below the surface of the North Atlantic.